Welcome to the Dynasty series. Here we'll take a look at some of the greatest dynasties in sports history, looking at the teams, the players, and the overall accomplishments. Today, we're taking a look at the Boston Celtics, 1956 to 1969. The NBA has seen some dominant teams, as we've discussed a few already, with the Bulls during the 90s and the Lakers in the early 2000s, but the Celtics during this time period had a run of dominance that will likely never be seen again. Quick disclaimer, I am not old enough to have seen this live, but I have heard story after story from relatives, family, friends, and acquaintances, and was fascinated by the incredible records this team put up. Some people will say that they were able to win so much because there was less teams and less competition because the players weren't as talented as they are now. And this is partially true. They weren't as athletic as the players are now, but that was the case across the league, so it was an even playing field. I'm not suggesting that this team could enter the league now and run off win after win. The Celtics are one of the original 8 teams and struggled until the mid-1950s when legendary coach Red Auerbach was hired. This is also the time when they acquired Bob Cousy. Originally, Red didn't want to draft Cousy because he thought he was too flashy, but after the Chicago Stags went bankrupt, Cousy went to the Celtics as their players were drafted by the remaining teams. Then in 1956, Auerbach sent All-Star Ed Macauley to the St. Louis Hawks in return for the second overall pick of the upcoming draft. The Celtics were able to get Bill Russell at the number 2 spot after promising the Rochester Royals that they would send the Ice Capades, which was essentially a stage show on ice, to their area if they pass on Russell. The Celtics would win their first championship in the 1956-57 season and the first of 9 consecutive seasons where they would finish first in the Eastern Division. The real magic, however, wouldn't start till the 58-59 season 2 years later. Over the next 8 seasons, the Celtics would win at least 50 games in each season with 2 over 60. They finished first in the Eastern Division every season except for the 65-66 season. During this stretch, they would appear in 8 straight finals and win all 8 of them. This is the only time an 8-peat has been accomplished, and in the current era of parity, it is likely the only time it will ever happen. I could go through each season individually, but this would turn into a 30-minute documentary, so I'll give you a condensed recap. During this stretch, the Celtics' combined record was 461 and 165 for a winning percentage of .736. Bill Russell won the MVP 4 times during these 8 years, including 3 consecutively from 1960 to 1963. Red Auerbach was the coach for all of these years, but only won the Coach of the Year award once during this historic stretch. They defeated the Hawks 3 times, the 76ers 3 times, the Warriors once, and the Lakers 5 times. This is considered to be the beginning of the Celtics-Lakers rivalry. After Auerbach retired in 1966, Bill Russell took over as player coach, making him the first African-American to coach any U.S. professional sport. They would go on to win 2 more championships in the next 3 years, both against the Lakers. Of the various players who were on the Celtics during this time, 13 of them are in the Hall of Fame, including Bill Russell, Bill Sharman, Sam Jones, Casey Jones, John Havlicek, Tom Heinsohn, and Bob Cousy. I think it's safe to say the record of 8 wins in a row will stand the test of time and may one day be beaten, as all records are made to be broken, but it will take an incredible effort. Personally, I don't think it'll happen anytime soon with the way that players are managed and teams are run, but I look forward to seeing it happen. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like button if you did indeed like this video, and consider subscribing so you don't miss future videos where we explore more sports dynasties throughout the years.